showing pdiddycombs homes were raided. Notice I didn't say home. I said homes, plural, more than one on two different coasts. One of his homes in Miami, another home in Beverly Hills were both raided at the same time, which shows that this was calculated. This was planned. And the alphabet boys, meaning the FBI, they don't come in unless they already got you. It's just a matter of how much they're going to get you by. But it gets even better. This wasn't just an FBI raid. No, we're talking Homeland Security. Wow, are we looking for a terrorist? Well, when you're sex trafficking, allegedly, it's just as bad. Stay tuned. Not only was one home, two homes were raided by the Homeland Security, FBI, and local authorities. People were arrested. Things were seized. Find out exactly what was found when we come back.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 45 minutes.
You done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
You got knocked the fuck out! What's happening?
Yes, can you believe it? This thing is crazy. We've been seeing it. We've been hearing about it for months now, almost a year. All these allegations. We saw Diddy settle out of court with Cassie, laughed it off, acting like it was no big deal. We saw all of these things transpiring. Then we saw other allegations come out. And best believe, I'm going to review each and every criminal allegation that has come out against Diddy. But I don't know if he's still denying all allegations after this, because when the Homeland Security, FBI, and local authorities come through, everybody got to get down or lay down, even you, Diddy. Here's my thing. I said this in another interview that I did. I'm in another video that I did about Diddy. See, here's the thing about life. See, I'm a student of life. So here's the thing. No one escapes free, which means you, me, and everybody in the world, we all have to account for every bit of energy that we put forth in this world. In other words, all of our behavior, all of our words, thoughts, and actions, we must account for in this universe before we depart. No one escapes free. In other words, every knee shall bow and every mouth shall confess, even you, Diddy.
Gear and equipment, I don't think they're actually searching for any items that could connect whatever the investigation is. I would venture to say that those are going to be the guys that you're seeing right there, and they're waiting for that all clear. And then this group that you see there, those are the ones that are actually going to go inside. They probably have, like you said, they probably have ideas what they're looking for, where they might be. So, but right now, it is still a waiting game to make sure that everybody is out of this building and that it is secure for the investigators to make their way in and actually start that search.
And we should mention, thank you, Stu, that if this is in fact involving a sex trafficking investigation, we do know that according to Diddy's attorneys and the rapper himself, he has denied any wrongdoing in any of all this. So there are two sides, of course, to this as this all plays out. But it is interesting that these raids happening at the same time. According to TMZ, a raid of his Miami home is happening right now, as well as now we're looking at the live pictures of what's going on in Holmby Hills at this mansion right here, all connected to seancombs. So again, until we find out further word as to what exactly they're searching for and why, we continue to look at the procedures taking place regarding this raid that's being conducted by Homeland Security. You have support from local law enforcement officials as well. We saw from the ground shots, you see multiple agencies there a part of all of this, and they have a number of resources on hand with a drone flying up top, as well as they had ladders taking a closer look at certain parts of the property. And so they are looking at every nook and cranny they need to in terms of why they're investigating this home and property. So clearly this is going to take a while. And as
we all have to pay the piper. We all have to be personally accountable for our entire life. And unfortunately, Diddy, I think we're seeing some of the remnants of you having to be accountable for some of the behavior and some of the energy that wasn't so tasteful that you put into the universe. And here's the hard part, Diddy. You've ruined many lives, allegedly, if these allegations are true. And for the fact that the Homeland Security, FBI, and local officials come in and listen, guns were, they were locked and loaded.
God.
So they weren't just coming in lollygagging saying, oh, let's see haphazardly what happens here. No, they were coming with intention.
Yes.
In fact, they came with so much intention, guns raised in position, helicopters hovering over the properties, dogs, everything, multiple. You would think they was coming after Bin Laden or somebody. It's really raining on Diddy, but Farnsworth Bentley's umbrella is not big enough to protect you from getting wet this time, Diddy. See, the agents were serious as they searched his premises. Guns were drawn. They appeared to be in position to violently apprehend people if necessary. So they came with the thoughts that this could get ugly. There may be resistance. That's the only reason that the police were coming, guns drawn, in position for war. This is serious. See, when they came like this, they already knew they had damning evidence. It was just a matter of, we already know our hand. How are you going to play your hand, Diddy? And now it's getting even worse because we haven't even touched the surface on how they're caving in on Diddy. I hope you're not claustrophobic, Diddy, because it's getting tight, real tight, and they haven't even gotten done yet. They're just getting started. This is crazy. And all of this, nothing has been proved as of yet. Yes, Diddy has settled a suit with Cassie Ventura out of court, which some would say indirectly admits guilt. However, the other allegations haven't been settled, male allegations, a host of other things. And here's the hard part. Listen, if none of this is true, Diddy, which it seems very unlikely, I apologize. Because I'm not out here to judge anyone. I'm just saying it, calling it like it is. But if these things are true, Diddy, then you need to pay severely. You need to be totally accountable for your behavior. And here's why.
Yes.
Because God gave us all a free will, which means you can do whatever you want to do. But the moment you allow your cup to pour over onto someone else, now you're tripping. Now you're harming and you're putting other people in uncompromisable positions. And if these allegations are true, that's exactly what you did. These young ladies and some young men in these instances will never be the same from the trauma that you inflicted upon them, Diddy. I read these case files. I read the suits that were filed against you. Some try to be anonymous for various reasons, but the courts aren't going to allow it. But they said some heinous things that were done to them, Diddy, all conspired with many different people, and it all included some similar things. So for you to deny all allegations, Diddy, it sounds kind of shady. It sounds like you might be lying because these people, unless they're all conspiring and creating this whole narrative against you, which seems very unlikely because someone of your prowess, of your stature, has the money and the means to go at them with litigation, to sue them if they are conspiring against you. This doesn't look good, Diddy. It looks really bad. See, reports say this Diddy case is being handled out of the Southern District of New York. Reports say this appears to be connected to sex trafficking allegations. Come on. We're trafficking people. I thought you were a hip hop mogul, a producer. What are you doing? Sex trafficking. Allegedly. If you truly believe, take that. You know what I mean? If you truly believe that, if you really are Diddy, love, if you really are this boy, why do you have to drug women for them to have sex with you?
Yes.
This doesn't sound like someone that's truly defined as a champion, as a leader. Come on, you're supposed to be love. Where's the love? I don't know. So again, reports say this appears to be connected to sexual trafficking allegations. There's been many allegations aimed at Diddy in recent months from various different plaintiffs. I'm going to read each and every one of them, not word for word, but I'm going to identify all of the negative criminal acts that were alleged against Diddy. See, overhead videos from the chopper showed many people in handcuffs on the property. Sources say Diddy's sons, Justin and Kingcombs, were apprehended. Now, they said no one was officially arrested, but like I said, they came in guns drawn. Videos, you can see it all. This was real, and it's crazy because it's only one more day, but when I could be wrong with this, I'm going to read it. I'm going to review it. It's only one more day before the statute expires, in which the law would have no longer protected these women from coming out after a certain period of time for presenting these lawsuits against these. So this was the last day that they could be credible with filing these suits against Diddy. And here come the Alphabet Boys. Here come Homeland Security with the FBI and local authority. This was a group venture, Diddy. I don't know what's true and what's not true, but they coming for you, right? So again, the raid was not spontaneous. As you can see, this not spontaneity doesn't happen this in sync. Spontaneity, sometimes you don't have time to dot your I's and cross your T's because it's spontaneous. We going on the whim. We just going to go do it. This seems spontaneous because we didn't know, but this was by far not spontaneous. This was definitely a planned raid by many different sectors, in law. So this was a big deal that took a lot of planning and a lot of preparation. So this was probably in the works maybe for a couple years. Now, the authorities had every angle covered. They even had armed agents rolling up on boats. It's crazy, right? Because they say Diddy Miami's property is surrounded by water. They also say, I'm not sure if it's the Miami property or the Beverly Hills property, but there's an underground tunnel. No. Now you're talking about sexual trafficking. Now you're talking about means of being able to successfully sexually traffic people. Some of the allegations said that women met someone, Diddy or Diddy's friend somewhere in one city and woke up in another city groggy, naked. Wow. This is crazy. If these things are indeed true, Diddy, you need to fry for these. Now, again, this wasn't spontaneous. The authorities had every angle covered, even rolled up in boats. Law enforcement from both coasts collaborated on this massive search and seize efforts, with Homeland Security leading the way. You would think there were some bombs or some terrorists. We talking Homeland Security. No, they coming for you, Diddy. So what's at stake? And what's being alleged that you've done, Diddy? If you're found guilty, you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison if you have a rest of your life. So continue. Here we go. Sources didn't confirm whether or not Diddy was present, but I don't believe he was. And we'll discuss that later because, again, his plane, all that stuff. So there were speculations of where Diddy may have been during the raids, but it hasn't been confirmed. At one point, Diddy was on video pacing back and forth. Now, others reports discuss Diddy's private jet traveling to various destinations, but uncertain if Diddy was on the jet. We're going to continue with this. This thing is crazy. This thing is big. This thing is heating up. It's raining on you, Diddy. Hopefully Farnsworth Bentley's umbrella can keep you dry, but I certainly doubt it, Diddy. Every knee shall bow. Every mouth shall confess. Nobody leaves this world without being accountable for their words, thoughts, and actions, all their energy, all their behavior that they contribute contributed into the universe. Yes. It's called karma, right? It's called sow and reap. It's called reciprocity, even for you, Diddy. Now, things seemed quiet for Bad Boys Records executive for a while until November 2023. See, the headlines that surfaced were beyond damning. Multiple women, not one woman, multiple women came forward and made incredible heinous allegations of sex trafficking, assault, gang rape, and revenge porn, and that's the short list. Think about these things. Let me repeat. Listen at this. Sex trafficking, assault, gang rape, revenge porn. Who are you, Diddy? Like, are you a record mogul? Or are you Jeffrey Dahmer? Like, what's going on here? Listen, I firmly believe we all human beings. We're all broken. Whatever you don't heal from, whatever trauma you don't heal from, it's exasperated. You constantly put things in those gaps of insecurities until it ultimately takes your life, until your demise, unless you heal. And this is an example, allegedly, if these things are true with Diddy, he didn't heal. He experienced some things probably as a kid and he never healed. And because of the money and the fame, people just pushing him to be more and bigger and fill your life with more materialism and more whatever you desire. And this is the result. No one escapes life free. All right, November 2023, this when it all started. The headlines that surfaced were beyond damning. Multiple women came forward and made incredible heinous allegations of sex trafficking, assault, gang rape, and revenge porn. This led Diddy to post on X. He denied everything. See, here's the thing. Diddy denied everything. It would be different if you say, well, this part may be a little true. I see this part was true. This ain't. But for you to flat out say no to everything, but yet you breaking bread. You settled out of court with Cassie. We talking about big money, allegedly 30 million and counting. This is deep. So again, that has said and been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. That's what he did. He denied all allegations and said this is people making these things up looking for a quick payday. Now, let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for my truth. Listen, this sounds admirable. This sounds like a man that's standing up for his rights to make the truth come to light. But Diddy, this sounds good, but it sounds like you're pump faking because the Homeland Security, the FBI, local officials, they not pump faking. They really taking a shot, right? Yes. So even so, the allegations of other violent incidents began to mount, which began with his ex Cassie, like I just mentioned. Clips of Diddy violently throwing things off his desk in the 2017 documentary resurfaced with him screaming, "I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I have to get." While Diddy has been involved in various past scandals, Jake Robles' 1995 Atlanta shooting, threatening his son's UCLA football coach, a 1999 weapons charge for a New York City club shooting, and a 2013 fight with fellow rapper J. Cole, to name a few. As disgusting and disturbing as the allegations are, Diddy is still innocent until proven guilty. And according to Diddy, he's innocent of all of this. He said that these are people just trying to shake him down, looking for a quick payday. But Diddy, people that's trying to shake you down, looking for a quick payday, local officials could have handled that. Maybe the FBI. Homeland Security don't come out for that. I'm sorry, Diddy, but it's much more, right? So again, it's saying that Diddy also engaged in sex acts with other men while he filmed them, constantly reminding her of how dangerous he was, forcing her to carry his gun in her purse, knowing it made her very uncomfortable and nervous, and even alleged that he blew up another man's car after he showed romantic interest in Cassie. So not only are you alleged a sexual trafficker that you got to drug and bully women to have your way with them, but they're also saying now you're extremely jealous. You go and blow other people's stuff up and harm other people just for the mere fact that they admiring the person that you're with. That should be a compliment to you if you are really healed and in your right mind, Diddy. Allegedly, he made comments when when Diddy's ex-wife was, died of pneumonia, and she made mention almost as if it was Diddy that was responsible for it. And then soon after, her house burned down while her and her kids were in it. I'm not saying Diddy did it, but it sure seemed convenient and in line with all that was going on. This thing is crazy. So before we discuss where authorities finally tracked down Diddy's Love Air jet, right? Let's take a walk down Diddy's criminal allegations path. We're going to talk about all of the criminal allegations placed against Diddy before all of these sexual allegations of sex trafficking emerge. This is deep. It's also mentioned that Diddy doesn't act alone. Diddy encourages his friends and other people to engage and participate as well. He videotapes these things. He sends captions to his friends. It's almost like his trophies. Criminal, maybe a criminal, maybe a murderer or something who keeps symbols to remind them so they can revisit the feeling of it, what it felt like when they were raping or harming or killing people. This is what it sounds like you're doing, Diddy. This is alleged from Cassie. Now, this is the person that you settled with, almost saying basically this stuff is true. Even alleged that blew up another man's car, I told you, because he had a romantic interest in Cassie. But then one of the people involved also with Diddy was Kid Cudi. He was another rapper. And it's also worth mentioning that Cassie was only 19 when she met Diddy, and he was 37. He quickly signed her to Bad Boys, which is allegedly where he first started to exercise his power and his dominance over her. This is alarming. This is unfortunate that people have to go through this. Allegedly. Now it was assumed that Cassie was awarded the $30 million as we discussed, given the fast settlement, though in terms have not been disclosed to the public. Additionally, Ventura was previously offered an 8-figure payout from Diddy, so a number between 10 million and 100 million, to dissuade her from filing the civil suit in the first place. Diddy added that he wishes Cassie all the best. That's how it started. And then immediately they started rolling down. The pins started to fall. 2 women immediately came out after that. And things, it seemed to be going from bad to worse. 5 days later, it was only 5 days after Cassie came out, and then they settled the next day. Diddy settled the next day. So we're going to close this out right now before it gains momentum and people really find out the truth. Allegedly, 2 more women came out. Now again, 1 day shy of New York Survivors Act's look back expiration. This is what I was talking about before. They only had 1 day to come out before it expired. A woman named Joy Dickerson Neal filed a lawsuit alleging that she was drugged, assaulted, and abused by Diddy in 1991 when she is a Syracuse University college student on winter break. Now just imagine, this girl's a freshman she's a college student in Syracuse in 1991. Her parents are sending her probably paying a ton of money, leveraging their finances so she can get a quality education to make something of her life. She runs into Diddy, probably enamored. He's a mega star, probably thinking that she met someone that could possibly, help her to be in a better position, someone of great value that could probably aid her into becoming a better person. And he drug her and abused her and raped her and distort her entire life. Come on now, this can't happen. Allegedly. Now, she alleges that the 2 met at a restaurant where she worked as a server and agreed to date with him. She agreed to do a date with him. So, again, she claims that he drugged her cocktail, then took her to his recording studio, and eventually to his home, where she was completely out of it and began to assault her. This is crazy. Dickerson Neal also alleged that Diddy recorded the assault and shared it with others in the industry, labeling it revenge porn. Devontae Swing of the hip-hop group Jodeci admitted to watching the tape. USA Today also noted that Dickerson Neal was demanding a trial with the jury. Like, she don't just want, she's damaged. He altered the course of her life. He damaged this girl. She don't want to settle with more than money for her. She want a court with a jury She wants to be vindicated. She wants justice to be served. Now, the same day, another Jane Doe filed a lawsuit against Diddy and R&B singer Aaron Hall. Now, check this out. For an assault that happened in the early 90s. Now, Aaron Hall, he was a member of the group Guy. They were very popular, a real fly group. Now, Jane Doe number 2 claimed that Diddy and Hall took turns assaulting her and a friend when they were passed out, according to Rolling Stone. And the suit also stated that Diddy returned to her home days later and assaulted and choked her, worried she would disclose his behavior to the women he was dating. If this stuff is true, Diddy, you're a monster.
Yes.
You have no regard for the lives or the feelings or the welfare of people. If these allegations are true, Diddy, you shouldn't be in the national population. You're a danger to society. If these allegations are true, Diddy, you should be locked under the prison. Yes, Diddy's ex, Gina Hunn, came forward in 2019, right? But these allegations from 2023 and 2024 sound exactly the same as what she said when she came out in 2019. Check it out. His ex, Jenny Hunn, spoke out on a podcast. It was Unwind with Tasha K about the horrifying abuse she had silently endured at the hands of the rapper. And the reason she says she silently endured it, and you'll see as I read more and discuss it, she really was in love with Diddy. She was enduring the beat, the abuse, physically, mentally, sexually, all that, emotionally, psychologically. She was enduring all that because in the end, she really loved Sean Diddy Combs. She wanted to be with him, right? So the allegations once again were strikingly similar. They're all sounding very similar. So she claims that Diddy became angry, he lost his mind and beat her. He stomped on her stomach really hard. What are you doing, Diddy? Like, took the wind out of my breath, she told Tasha K. I couldn't breathe. He kept hitting me. I was pleading to him. Can you just stop? I can't breathe. She went on to say that she tried to fight back and he pulled her hair and began wailing on her. So the ball just started rolling. Diddy was still trying to poke her face and act like he's totally innocent. I totally deny all allegations. And then the third bombshell dropped. So the one allegedly occurred when the survivor was a minor. In December 2023, a third Jane Doe came forward and accused Diddy, his longtime bad boy CEO Harvey Pierre, and an unnamed male friend of gang rape in 2003. Wow. She was only 17, so now a minor. This is crazy. You have no regard, Diddy, for the welfare or the lives of other people, allegedly. Now, to be clear, this is not the lawsuit brought forth against Pierre and Diddy by a former Bad Boys Records assistant, which alleged grooming and harassment, and technically was the fourth lawsuit filed within 5 days of Cassie Ventura's. This is something. So she met Harvey Pierre in Detroit, where he boasted about being best friends with Diddy. So it's almost like they have scripts. They have planned things that they go out and they set women up. They have these planned narratives or ways that they're going to lure women. And this is probably how Diddy lured his kids, having them fetch younger women, as was alleged in another lawsuit. He would send Justin out. They didn't mention kingcombs, but they mentioned Justin, how he would send him out to lure other young girls to Diddy. They had scripts. They had plans. They were conspiring to set these young women up. This is deep. So Harvey Pierre talked about how cool he and Diddy was. Jane Doe alleges that Pierre convinced her to get on a private jet and travel to Bad Boy Daddy's house recording studio in Manhattan. Now, the lawsuit claims that prior to boarding the flight, Pierre smoked crack and forced her to perform oral sex. This while getting on the plane. This was the preview. This is the commercial for what's to come. I'm going to smoke this crack and give me some oral sex before we get on this flight. So unfortunately, this minor, this 17-year-old girl should have taken heed to these signs. But unfortunately, I'm not, saying she could have done anything. This is all on Diddy and Harvey Pierre. Now, Jane Doe then goes into troubling detail about how she was given drugs and alcohol and was sexually assaulted by Diddy, Pierre, and their friend in that order. She remembers saying, "Stop." This is crazy. Now, though Diddy has publicly denied all wrongdoing since the multitude of accusations against him were revealed, he's still poker facing. Playing around, the crash is only going to be worse in the end. He's only filed one official motion of response in February 2024. This pertains to the case of Jane Doe number 3. According to Billboard, Diddy claims that her allegations compromise the constitutional right to due process. Now, Diddy's attorney claims in filing that Diddy never participated in, witnessed, or is presently aware of any misconduct, sexual or otherwise, related to plaintiff in any circumstance whatsoever. Now, Diddy and his team also questioned the validity of the photos Jane Doe included. Come on, Diddy. You know that was you. You know that was you, Diddy. Now, on February 29th, Judge Jessica Clark, she stated that Jane Doe number 3 was denied the request of proceeding with the lawsuit against the 3 men anonymously. So in other words, basically, you can proceed with the lawsuit, but you got to state your name. You're not allowed to be anonymous moving forward. If she wants to move forward, she will have to do so publicly, and both Diddy and Pierre's opposition filings will be under seal until Jane Doe number 3's identity is revealed. Now, Jane Doe number 3 and her lawyers argued that going public will create traumatic press attention. Judge Clark cited that in the cases against Kevin Spacey and Harvey Weinstein, the plaintiffs were also denied the right to proceed anonymously. So this was pretty fair. Unfortunately, they wasn't trying to be harsh to the young lady. This was pretty fair. So this is crazy, man. So on February 27th, Diddy made another shocking headline when a male producer, yes, a male producer, this is Rodney Jones, he came forward and filed a lawsuit alleging sexual assault and misconduct. Now, he worked and did music with Diddy. He trusted Diddy with his life. He grew up singing and performing and was really good. So he wanted to take his game to the next level. Signed with Bad Boy, thought Diddy would be the answer to helping him go to prominence, but instead got sexually assaulted. Allegedly. This is crazy. So the male producer accused Diddy of forcing him to engage in sexual acts with prostitutes and participate in sexual assaults. But here's the thing. Yes, this is a man. The other one were women. Same stuff. Getting drugged, having sex with prostitutes, Diddy watching, Diddy filming. This, unless all of these people conspired, it gotta be true. This is alleged, though. So Sean Hawley stated in a lawsuit, we have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. This was what they were saying against Rodney Jones. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate actions against those who make them. The accuser was revealed to be Rodney Little Rod Jones, who had worked with Diddy on an album. So this is crazy. So in other words, this is similar to what, I did a story on TD Jakes and how appropriate his dealings with Diddy, but TD Jakes, in my view, allegedly is fleecing the flock. He's using his power and prominence to lead people astray for his own selfish desires. Birds of a feather flock together. This is the same thing you're doing, Diddy. This is probably why you two hit it off so well, allegedly. So this is the worst, heinous kind of crimes because you're manipulating people, right? And you're taking the best parts of them and using it for your own selfish desires. Now, the lawsuit filed claims that Jones traveled and even lived with Diddy from 2022 to 2023. It appears to make claims similar to those that Jane Doe's made. Again, all this stuff sound the same. Grooming was alleged, and per his lawyers, he recalls waking up naked, dizzy, and confused. The same stuff these women are saying. They added he woke up in bed with 2 male prostitutes and Diddy. He shockingly also named Diddy's son in the allegations, Justin Combs, who claims that Jones is just looking for a payday. That's all Justin Combs says. He's looking for a payday. I hope Justin Combs is lawyered up as well, because his name keeps coming up. So again, This Rodney Jones is asking for $30 million. I guess that's the level set when Cassie got the $30 million. But Jones also named Universal Music Group in the lawsuit, alleging they should have stepped in and stopped the illegal and nefarious activities of which they were allegedly fully aware of. But here's the thing. If you sit back and don't redirect or say something when you see some negative happen, then you're complicit with it happening. You're just as guilty. If Universal did that, then you're just as guilty. Continuing, right? Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Gina Hunn, was the first to accuse him in 2019, but yet he had his momentum. He had everybody making like she was crazy, like she was the outstander, like she wanted a payday. This is what they keep saying. These people are making this stuff up because they want a payday. See, it's easy for big bank to take little bank, but when all these little banks come together, their revenues grow, their power grow, their impact grows. So now big bank Diddy, you can't just take little bank because it's little banks. So now they form a big bank as well. So now they're coming for you, Diddy. Kicking her in the stomach, pounding on her head, punching her in the head. Why would he do that? Why would you kick someone in the stomach? Check this out. She was pregnant. Yes. Hunn also claimed that when she became pregnant with his child, he offered her thousands of dollars to terminate it. She stated that while she did terminate the pregnancy, she didn't accept his money because she wanted to prove to him that she was the kind of woman that wasn't interested in his money. She genuinely loved Diddy. This man is taking her advantage of her emotions. He's loving you and you're using and abusing him. I mean her, using and abusing her, beating her in the head, kicking her in the stomach, damn near killing her. Come on, Diddy, that's dangerous. I just cared about him. I wanted him to be nice to me. That's it. Now, other famous women in hip hop like Tiffany Red and Kimora Lee Simmons, as I spoke out earlier, Kimora Lee Simmons, she was upset because she felt like Diddy had a hand in, one of her friends' deaths that was dating Diddy. So again, amid all of the damaging allegations, multiple famous women like songwriter Tiffany Red and designer Kimora Lee Simmons spoke out on behalf of the survivors. All right. I'm sorry, Kimora Lee Simmons. She's the ex-wife of Run DMC's brother. Simmons. This wasn't Run DMC's daughter that I thought it was. So I made a mistake on that. But this is their aunt, so she used to be married to his brother. So they wrote an open letter, Rolling Stone, that included contentious details about the night of Cassie's 29th birthday. The letter was titled Sean Combs Traumatized Me and detailed Diddy's verbal abuse of both women that night, calling Red an emotional singing bitch. Red also wrote, she later told me you made her have a freak off, which Cassie described in her lawsuit as an arrangement where you would make her perform sexual acts with male sex workers that night. I am disturbed to my core by this. This is what Kimora Lee Simmons spoke about. In addition, Simmons was famously best friends with the mother of 3 of Diddy's children, Kim Porter. That's who I was trying to think of. The name escaped me, but her and Kimora Lee Simmons were close friends. So, she had a stake in it. She probably knew some stuff that she probably didn't talk about. She probably knew some intricate details. Now, Porter sadly passed away in 2019 at the age of 47 after a bout with pneumonia. Now, 2019, isn't that when the first allegation came out against Diddy by his ex, Hunn? So again, how ironic. Kim Porter was killed the same year. Maybe we're clearing the pathway so this stuff won't start connecting and building momentum. So on November 17, 2023, Simmons posted on her Instagram story, as you sow, so shall you reap. I also believe that the principle of sow and reap, whatever you sow into the universe, you shall also reap. That's what I mean by nobody escapes the world free. We all have to account for our words, thoughts, and actions, for all our energy, all our behavior we put into the world. We have to account for that in the form of karma, reciprocity. No one escapes, even Diddy. So again, as you sow, so shall you reap. So she posted this the same day Cassie filed her lawsuit. Many viewed this as Simmons throwing shade at Diddy. Now, this was November 17. 2 weeks later, on December 2nd, Simmons' house tragically caught fire while she was in it and her kids. This is attempted murder, allegedly, if you did this, Diddy. Wow. Who are you? They all made it out safely. Thank goodness. This was attempted murder. Now, additionally, Diddy's educational partnership with the charter school ended amid the lawsuits. A decision has been made to end the partnership between Capital Preparatory Schools and Seanpdiddycombs. Now, the one that runs the school, Dr. Steve Perry, the founder of the school, stated, Dr. Perry added that he did not take this decision lightly and it was in the best interest of the organization's health and future. Yes, Diddy, you've already allegedly destroyed too many lives. We don't need you to add more kids onto that. Not at all. Now, many were shocked when Diddy's frenemy, Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent, stated that he will be making a documentary about Diddy and the allegations. Now, 50 also been trolling Diddy regularly on social media since Cassie's allegations were made publicly in November of 2023, often deleting the post after a few days. In the meantime, we'll just be over here waiting for a trial. Now, of course, they tried to reach Diddy's corners, you know, his people and things, and no response, no remarks have been said. Diddy, this is serious. It's all alleged. But if it's true, you should be buried under the jail. Now, let me tell you where they found Diddy's jet at, right? So our authorities are raiding his homes, bringing people out in handcuffs and seizing things, different things, right? Diddy's plane, that Love Air jet, was found in Antigua. Yes, it was. He was in the Antigua, in a whole different nation, right? But they're not sure if Diddy was in it or not. Sources tracked down Diddy's Love Air LLC jet, a black Gulfstream 5, on the ground in Antigua, down in the Caribbean. According to the flight activity, Diddy's jet has been all over California. He made several stops back and forth. He was on a mission, probably still is, but they are uncertain where he is exactly. Well, they may be 100% certain where he is, but they're not letting us know exactly where he is now. Now, again, 2 of Diddy's homes in LA and Miami were raided by federal law enforcement agencies on Monday. Armed officials searched the properties, taking some people into custody, including his sons, Justin and Kingcombs. There's no word on whether or not arrests were made. Here's the thing, Diddy, I respect your gifts. I respect your abilities, you know, but the way you've used them allegedly to manipulate and maneuver, I do not respect. You know, I care more about the lives of people. You know, so if you're truly using your platform, you know, like I believe T.D. Jakes is, to fleece the flock, to lead them where he needs them to go to support his individual negative, selfish, sin-like desires. If you're doing the same thing, Diddy, using these people's desire to become superstars and trying to make it through Bad Boy, using you as a mentor, and you're deceiving them, drugging them, raping them, gang raping them. Okay, this is crazy, revenge porn, and so forth and so on. This is unheard of. You should not be in a position of power. And again, no one escapes life free. Every knee shall bow, every mouth shall confess, even you, Diddy. I think you've gone too far this time. Homeland Security, the FBI, and local authorities, guns drawn, people arrests made. Come on. We got to do better. I want justice to prevail, but more importantly, I want the people to be vindicated. I want the people to be able to heal. I hope that the rest of their lives is not damaged and ruined because of your selfish alleged acts, Diddy. Again, we respect you, your ability and things, but if you've done these heinous crimes, we don't respect that, and you need to be accountable and pay for that. I thank you all from the depths of my heart for watching. Be blessed. More importantly, I said that wrong. Thank you so much for watching. Be great, but more importantly, be blessed.